segment called We've Got Your Mail. All right, what is We Got Your Mail? Well, this is the segment where we take all of your great comments and questions and we answer them here. How do you send in a question? You can send it to t3medias.com/contact, or you can add us at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, right here on YouTube, or you can also send something directly into Amanda at amanda.pierson1885 on Instagram. Or just find Amanda on Facebook. All right, the first question comes in from Christelle Celeste Batista. Hope I'm saying it right because I'm bad with names. How do stereotypes about a group you belong to affect you? And by the way, she's running for city council. That's the young lady who's running for city council here in Houston. So thanks for the question, Christelle.
Good luck.
I hope I didn't butcher your name because I want you all to go out there and vote for all the people in the Houston area when voting season comes in. But that was a great question that you posted and presented. And how do stereotypes about a group you belong to affect you? Well, there was one situation that I thought of, like with me and Joy. A lot of people will assume that because I'm black, believe it or not, that I like things like BET or Domino's. And no, I don't like any of those things. I don't play.
Can you swim?
I can swim.
Okay.
I can swim. I can swim, and I can. But like when I'm at a party, I lose the ability to swim. No, when I'm at a party, with the family or something like that, they'll break out the dominoes, the cards, and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't play. I don't tell them. I just don't. I find something else to do. I don't know how to play dominoes, and so that's how it affects me. I can't go to my family reunions anymore because I can't join into the games. I'm like Rudolph, can't join. that's how it's affecting me. What about you? How do stereotypes about, I guess, being a woman, how do any stereotypes have they affected?
As a woman,
have they affected you? As an actress, or
I don't. As a white woman,
as a Disney princess.
It's a Disney princess now. I don't consider myself basic. Because have you ever seen the? I think it's College Humor or something where they have like basic bitches or something segments and whatnot, or they just have like little episodes of it or whatever.
What is considered a basic bitch?
The thing is, I like some of that stuff, but I'm not basic. I promise. I have layers and layers to me. It's just, I'm out there, I will tell you. I'm just like all over the place with things. But I like pumpkin spice lattes. So I like pumpkin spice everything. So I guess, does that make me a little basic? So they have something about that. Yes. Oh, yeah. And then there's one, it's like you abbreviate everything, where it's like totes, because I say Insta sometimes.
So it's affected how you use the English language?
Yes. Oh, for sure. Yeah. So as if you just like a little bit of the type of stuff as a basic bitch would, you get stereotyped as someone that doesn't have like any layers or just no brain, or you're just like empty shell of nothing, or something, like you're very just superficial type of person.
And you're nothing like that at all.
No.
Yeah. When we first interviewed, I mean, she told me the square root of the whole building that we were in. It was freaking me out, man. I was too intimidated.
Yes.
But no.
And
I would never think of you as like basic at all. No.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
But if someone's just, if I'm just hanging out in yoga pants and a pumpkin spice latte, just like pumpkin. At a Starbucks, they'll be like, "Oh God,
Eliza,
get away!"
That's exactly. So she was right about that.
Yeah.
Hashtag pumpkin spice everything. No, what should they? Pumpkin everything. Hashtag pumpkin everything.
Love pumpkin everything. I even have like pumpkin seeds that I eat. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's
just like it.
Yeah, there is a group. Yeah, for my group does call out another group for that pumpkin stuff. Well, I'll just leave it at that. I say it to Joy all the time. She gets mad when I say that. That's white people stuff.
So it affects me in the way that, if somebody that was intellectual, I guess we would say,
they would assume that you weren't.
they would assume I was not very smart. So they probably wouldn't even come up to me, and that's how you lose your chance.
So we're like,
'cause
we
that's
would be
what she
having
asked.
the
She
most
asked how it affects
intelligent
me.
conversation
Yeah.
in the world, and then the second the season changed to pumpkin, you instantly a light switch just goes off.
Oh yeah, I'm just I get all of the muscle shirt guys. Like, hey, I just got done tanning.
Like, oh my god.
You wanna hang out with me later?
Oh.
He has like no facial feature. Like, can't really move his face because he's had so much.
It's not that bad, is it?
The steroids are kicking in so bad that like he has this twitch with his eye. No, I'm kidding.
Oh man, no.
That does happen though.
That's not that bad, is it? No.
But that'd probably be the only thing I would say that affects me.
Oh. All right, let's
moving on.
Move on to the next. So the next question comes in also from Facebook from Tori Graves, and she asks, "How should a woman let her man know when she is not reaching climax every time they have sex?"
Okay, I think this one's for me. I don't know if I can. You should answer this one.
Yeah, should. How well? I can answer it from from the reverse point of view,
right.
but we'll start with you.
Okay. So most women do not meet. They don't reach climax every time that they have sex. Let's be honest. A lot of it has to do with being in the mood, mental, like their mental state at that time, and
Pumpkin.
if you're thinking, yeah, pumpkin. No, yeah. So their mental state at the time, have their hormonal. Like there are just so many things that factor into if they're gonna reach climax, because they have to be present. And if you're like thinking about, oh my God, I left the laundry in the dryer or in the washer, now it's gonna be moldy because I don't feel like getting up or whatever. Like whatever is going on in their head, they're not gonna be present.
Okay. So they didn't reach it. How do you break it down to him?
Right.
How do you tell him? Because he's gonna if he's like me, that recapper wasn't good for you.
Right.
What do you say?
So I'm telling this for the men that it's not entirely the man's fault.
Okay.
If the woman doesn't like reach climax every time, so like don't be upset if that doesn't happen. But for the times when she is present and she still can't really reach it, again, it's not something that the man is doing wrong, because how are you guys supposed to know what turns us on? So as a woman, I would say take control of the situation.
Ooh.
So if you are not reaching climax, then don't do the same thing every night and expect that there to be a different result. Incorporate something that turns you on. Have a game or something. Do like a sex game or use toys or something. And you can kind of segue into like, hey, let's like pull out a vibrator or something and be like, thought we could use this tonight.
But hey,
Yeah.
Amanda, we're the only ones in the room. Why'd you whisper?
Did I just whisper?
Hey, pull out the vibrator. Hey, we're the only ones here.
I don't know. Why did I think vibrator was a bad word? Anyway.
I'm gonna bleep it. Just make it seem like you said something real bad. Hey, let's pull out the. I'm gonna use Cardi B's.
Yes, do it. So take control. If you know where it hits you, like if you like to be on top and that's how you climax, then do it. Move positions. Like take more control in the bedroom. So, but you can do it without telling him like, look, you're not making me come. This is not working for me. And then they are all insecure now and stuff like that. But if you just, kind of, try to incorporate some things and suggest new things. And I 98%, I'm 98% sure that they're not going to say no to that.
Right.
Because anything new is exciting, and especially if you guys been together for a while and they're like, oh, cool, she's like down for some handcuffs or, ball gags or whatever you're into.
Or watching.
Or videos, yeah, whatever gets, because I know as a woman you should know what makes you climax. What makes me.
And hey, don't think that women are the only ones who can fake it. I've been known to fake it too. So back in my day, when when you use protection, it was glory times. When you use protection, I used to fake it. Because sometimes when it's like, what did he say on Seinfeld? When it's enough already, you just want to get some sleep.
Well, how much is enough? Like,
I've done that.
Question: what do you mean? Like, you mean you faked it the second time, or
I was done, and I'm like, I made the noises, and then
But you didn't actually come.
Right.
But because were you not into it at that point, or were you tired?
So when it's enough already, you feel like going to sleep.
But if it's enough, why'd you start? Did she
Haven't you met the male species? We're never gonna say no.
Well, if she was the one that initiated, is what I'm saying.
Probably.
Oh, okay. So if the woman initiates, and sometimes that's kind of like the same thing I just said about the women and like the men initiating it. She's not really in the mental space to do it, but she's gonna do it anyway because she wants to make her man happy, and if he wants to go, but like we want to wrap this up because we want to read our book. Then we'll just say, Just like, all right,
we're
done.
Moving on to the next thing. Okay, I got video games to play, lady.
But if she really wants to reach climax every time,
be honest.
Then be honest. Well, you don't have to be honest. Like, you don't have to go flat out. You're not making me come, like I was just saying before.
You don't think so? I think she
you
does.
Can.
You go for the kill. You tell them straight up.
But I think
it's the only way you're gonna get better.
Right, but I don't think she'd be asking this question if she was just going to straight up ask him. I think this is how do I do this without offending?
How should a woman let her man know that she is not reaching her climax every time they have sex?
Yeah.
Every time. Every time.
That's not uncommon because a lot of women, they don't come internally. It's more of the outer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So... That's my suggestion. Yeah, just
I think you definitely have to whether he's going to be upset about it or not. You still have to tell him what's going on, because otherwise you're not going to solve the problem. Just like you said, you got to find the right way of approaching
and you can do that by suggesting things or taking control in the bedroom.
Yeah, don't just pour like the Frosted Flakes in the morning and go, by the way, you never make me.
I'm gonna break up with you because you can never make me come. What's wrong with you?
Oh my God! Please don't say that. Don't ever make a person feel bad about themselves.
No, because you don't know. They don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And then if you do want to introduce those those things to try to spice it up and stuff like that, if you're the person on the receiving end hearing the suggestions, don't make your spouse feel bad about anything that he or she suggests. Like if a person says, "Can we try this?" Or don't go, "No, what the hell's wrong with you?" Never ever do that. That's the worst thing you can do to a person. Don't make a person feel bad if they're into something that you might not. That you might not be into. I'm I don't think I'm into that or something like that. There's ways of saying that you're not into it. If you're not into it, you're not into it. Be honest with that too. But don't ever make the other person feel bad about them being into something or liking something that you don't like or don't think you would like or something like that. Just if you respect the person enough, be respectful.
Yeah.
And be safe out there, guys.
Be safe.
I forgot to use this as the. Oh no, I didn't. It was up there the whole time. All right,
we'll edit that out.
So the next question comes from YouTube. Comes from KVile2000, and this is also about what we talked about last week with Ariel. So KVile2000 says about the casting of Ariel. It's a double standard. If a white person was cast as a black character, everyone would lose their minds. But when a black person is cast as a white character, we are told, get over it. Diversity rules.
I don't agree with that.
That was my point. Yeah. What do you?
I don't agree with that at all, and I'll tell you why. Because, like I said, if anyone has watched the last segment, it's not about race at this point. It's about taking an established character and completely changing everything about it.
Right.
So I saw something on Facebook with what is it? Ryan, what the hell is his name?
Ryan Gosling?
Thank you.
As Black Panther?
Yeah, as Black Panther.
I saw that.
Let's put Ryan Gosling as Black Panther in the second Black Panther. I don't even know if we're having Black Panther 2.
Yeah, Black Panther 2, definitely.
But if we say we do, and we changed him and put him, they would freak out.
Yeah.
There so many people would not be cool with that.
Well,
I am not cool with that.
It would be justified for them to freak out because it's the totally two scenarios. Black Panther being from Africa and being black is essential to the core. Is essential to the core of the character. Mm-hmm. It's like making Malcolm, like I said last week, like making Malcolm X or Martin Luther King white. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make any sense. Well, Wakanda
is a make, but again, we're going back to it's a make believe
country in Africa.
But and Atlantis is under the sea where we have the ocean.
Yeah.
That's, so
but
it's the same.
But the difference is mermaids aren't real at all, but people in Africa.
Right, but the Black Panther isn't real at all. They're two fictional characters.
They're two fictional characters, but there's a core element to be that this it's like Metropolis is in America, and Metropolis is a mixture of different races. It's a copy of New York City, or Gotham City is like New York City. So there's going to be different races. The story was written. It's a made up city, but it's a made up city in Africa with an African heritage. So keeping them black,
you have to.
Yeah, you have to. K-Vile was saying completely is because. Where he's coming from is the whole notion of what the part of the Little Mermaid that he's used to, that the 90s cartoon. That's where he feels that the Little Mermaid began. But I mean, you're saying change the race or keep it the same or whatever. But keep it the same to what? I mean, look at what the Little Mermaid began with. With Hans Christian Andersen version, the Little Mermaid was technically green, and she had no soul. And the reason why mermaids would come to the land and get their legs was to gain love, to gain a human soul. And if they did not gain love, they would die.
Wow.
Her hair was not red. The whole story is completely different. It's messed up. So you're like, keep everything the same. So what are we keeping it the same? Look, we have the Little Mermaid on the far left. We have the original version of what Hans Christian Andersen, who wrote the story, what she looks like: green skin, no soul, pretty much a murderer because she was going to kill the prince because he was a dick and broke her heart and married someone else and forced.
No, I agree with you. Like I said, I have no problem with Haley playing the Little Mermaid. Yeah. I've never had a problem when they said it. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, we have the Little Mermaid for the Disney version, so just go watch that. Yeah. You still have that mermaid, that Ariel, and then you have the new Ariel, and then you have Ariel, this one, and then you could go back all the way back to no soul Ariel.
People think. I wonder what people thought when the Little Mermaid was first coming out in Disney. Well, it's not my Little Mermaid because Hans Christian Andersen said it was. That was probably happening, but it was the '90s, so America Online wasn't.
It's just so much controversy now because we have Facebook and we have Twitter, we have all of these. So everyone can make everyone's. Point of view, opinion can be known now versus just yelling at your husband.
Yeah, exactly. Can you believe what they did with the Little Mermaid? I don't think I'm gonna let the kids see that.
I kind of am very. I think husbands nowadays have it really easy because now a wife can get on social media and just complain. Yeah. Versus she would just complain to their husband all the time. And he's like, I don't care.
As long as all that is going out that way, it's fine.
Yeah. So now it's like, I don't have to hear it.
But all right, he continues. The main character is white with red hair. It's just who she is. Other mermaids can be any race. I had no problem with Kingpin being black and Daredevil or Nick Fury. They were not well-known characters, and they are known to be white outside their chosen medium, and their race was irrelevant. But take a mainstream known character and change their race. It only is considered an issue if the character was anything other than white. Just be consistent. Shaft is black, Falcon is black, Miles Morales is mixed. It would be equally wrong to change them as it would be to change Superman, Peter Parker, or Mr. Miyagi. Well, again, I have to disagree again because, I'm gonna take this one a little bit more because I'm gonna get a little geeky on this one.
Yeah, you take that one because I took that one. Yeah.
It's well, for one, the first thing you said was it's just who she is. Well, again, I can go back to the first picture we showed, those three versions of it. That's not who she is. That's what Disney's version is. Okay, that wasn't
Disney's.
who the Little Mermaid really was. The Little Mermaid was a green-skinned, soulless woman who, when she didn't get the love of the prince, was gonna go kill him and take his soul. That was the only way she was. That's who she is technically. He said, but then your argument then isn't your argument isn't consistent. You go, the other mermaids can be any race. So if all the other mermaids can be any race, then what's the big deal about Ariel? The only thing that I feel like this guy is holding on to is the fact that he grew up with and is more familiar with Disney's version of the Little Mermaid, and that's what he's used to.
Mm-hmm. Like most people are.
Yeah, but like you said, it doesn't mean that watching this new movie that's about to come out will magically erase your DVD or anything, or the book from the original Hans Christian Andersen version of it. And even his examples didn't make any sense. He said Kingpin wasn't a well-known character. Nick Fury didn't matter changing him from white to black. Well. There's just so many things that's wrong with that. I mean, I can go on, but his examples to me just didn't make sense. That they weren't mainstream. So it's only okay in your mind to change the race of a character as if in your mind the character isn't popular. That's not consistent because that's a subjective thing. What do you consider mainstream or popular?
Superman.
Superman. Let's talk about Superman. An alien from another planet whose skin tone happens to just look like what we consider Caucasian on this planet, but he's technically a Kryptonian. He's alien.
Not even white, yeah.
So he's not even technically a white male. He was just a guy who was created in a time where we needed to sell the books. And
yeah.
It is what it is. And what else? What other examples that he used? Mr. Miyagi and Mr. Miyagi to me was a bad example because Mr. Miyagi was from Okinawa. Like changing him black or white kind of would not have made sense,
right,
based on Mr. Miyagi's history. Peter Parker being changed black, that was an issue. When Spider-Man, when Miles Morales was given the title Spider-Man, people did freak out. People got mad. Why'd you kill Peter Parker just so you can promote Miles Morales? And now Miles Morales is popular now.
Yeah.
So you gave an example that totally defeats your point. Miles Morales was bashed against, and people hated him being the new Spider-Man. Well, it wasn't even Spider-Man. He was Spider-Man in the Ultimates, in the Ultimates universe, where Nick Fury is black. In the regular universe, Nick Fury is white, but in Miles Morales' universe, Nick Fury is black. But they modeled Nick Fury's black version after Samuel L. Jackson before the movies because they wanted him to play the character. And it was anyway. I'm gonna go down a nerd rabbit hole. But to your point, sir, it was hated on. It was Peter Parker being changed. Spider-Man being made black was a big issue, and people hated and were bashing against it. Then little by little, they kept selling the books, they kept making the cartoons, and they kept making the movies. And now what happened? Now everybody, the majority of people, like Miles Morales. So it became popular. So you don't know, before this movie even came out, you're already saying it's bad. Wait and see until it comes out. And maybe Black Ariel might grow on you, just like Miles Morales did. And I just have to rant on that one. But anything you wanted to?
You said it. I agree with you. Yeah.
No. So all right. And with that, sir, I will say to you, a good day, sir. I said good day.
I said good day.
And move on to the next question from Laura Vasquez, and she writes from Facebook, and she says, I did a review on Aziz Ansari's stand-up special that just came out, and this is what she had to say on the comment. I loved his rant about white people and their good actions scorekeeping. I swear that you got to watch that. It was funny, by the way.
Oh well. Yeah.
I swear that's how I feel every time I see some BS video online. But I'm not gonna lie, I did tear up at the end of the special. Also, I really don't like any of his other specials. Never really been a fan of him since I felt like he was trying too hard with his jokes, especially the sexual ones. Just didn't seem like natural to him, but more like trying hard to be that crude guy. It was pure luck that I watched his new special. Honestly, it made me change my opinion on him, and that's how she felt about Aziz Ansari in his new stand-up. You said you haven't watched it yet, right?
No, I really liked his audiobook though. Modern Romance.
I haven't read
It's
listened
good.
to that one yet.
I'm a big fan of his because I also like his show.
Parks and
That's on
Rec?
no, that's on Netflix.
Oh, Masters of None.
Mm-hmm.
I love that show, and I'm thinking
Yeah.
that this will help bring that show out. The third season, I think. It only has 2 seasons, right?
Yeah, and the second season was great.
Yeah.
I thought that one was I was like, wow, it's a really great season. But
If you haven't seen Aziz Ansari stand up right now, check it out.
I will.
It's totally different from
Yeah.
what he did before with his other 2 comedy specials.
But
no suit.
I guess at this point she seemed to have liked him before, but watching this, it made her change her opinion on him. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, she said that she didn't like it wasn't natural to her when he joked about sex. I mean, I don't think Aziz had any reason back in the day to lie about any relationships that he was in and stuff like that. I don't know about how I don't know if I agree with the whole natural. It's subjective. If it wasn't if it didn't land well with you, it didn't land. But
well, what was he saying that?
This time around,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was different. Well, under my review, I said that I liked the fact that the first thing he did was he talked about the scandal, the situation that he went through last year with the girl who accused him of sexual misconduct and whatnot, and he approached it with sensitivity and still with a bit of comedy. He wasn't as what Laura said as over the top or like in her opinion trying too hard this time. He was funny as hell still, but when he talked about that moment in the beginning, and then when he closed the show, it was you can tell it was heartwarming. Like it's as if it was a situation where he was in the room with you and just talking directly to you. Like, I need to just let you know something real fast. Mm-hmm. Like as if he just jumps out the TV and goes, Amanda, this is what happened. And can I just explain myself? Kind of like a heart to heart kind of a situation. And it really connected. And I thought it was the first time I ever seen him do it. And I thought it was great. So if you haven't seen it yet, like check it out. You'll laugh all the way in the middle. But the beginning and the end, in my opinion, very very touching. Oh, wow. And it made this woman who almost gave up on him come back. So yeah, Aziz Ansari's that was good. So
nice.
And with that out of the way, that was the last one. So oh man. Appreciate it. Let's once again tell people if you want to send a question into us that we got your mail, you can send it at t3medias.com/contact. You can also send it at T3Medias on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and right here on YouTube. And you can also send them directly. Amanda, where can people send their messages to you for questions to be answered?
Instagram, Amanda.Pierson1885.
And on Facebook, all right.
And on Facebook, but mostly on Instagram. Because I respond better there.
And until next time, guys. Hey.
All right. I got to get out of this land, so hold on.
Oh.
I don't think it's working. Crap.
Wait, let's